to have their breakfast.
Yep. Roger. We'll take a beating. Fly. Do a lot here as a Elder Titan. We've just been I love seeing this Tiro in the safe lane. Still pretty exciting. You're always just having this 55 bonus damage plus that 5 armor, so you can just trade hits with everybody quite easily. So RTZ looks like he's pretty okay up here to secure the farm.
Yeah, I think
as they brought a lot of regen as well on these to support.
Yeah, look, really just said the dual lane should be able to secure a very strong safe lane for EG. Bottom lane, see how much Ramses can get against the pressure. Here with the maze, but Fly's able to easily juke it. Be caught out by that.
Sport. 4 tower hits under acid spray.
Ramsey farming quite alright. Yeah. No problems at all in these early levels.
You can see that what I was talking about, how they want to keep the lane near the tower. You see what Crit is doing? He's actually making sure to just keep blocking it, that pull camp, so they can't reset it, keep resetting the position of the lane. The harassment from Ramses, if he's too far forward, does start to build up. Ramses will pick up a chainmail, so he can soak some of that damage coming. Pasha does connect. They have the extra stun too.
They've got the cursed crown onto Fly. Yeah, to chase him. Have they got the damage? The Bramble Maze to follow up. That's your first blood. VP. Having the combo plays as the heroes hit 2.
That pressure lane we were talking about, right? The heavy amount of control that comes out between the two, and that's also what we've been seeing a lot of Willow players do. Is you don't even get the Shadow Realm, you just get the extra chase down. Your Centaur in particular will provide your damage, or your Ogre that we saw in a couple other of those duels. So he's not really getting the most last hits as possible, but they're putting pressure on.
The pressure onto Ramses on the other half of the map.
He stepped up a bit far here, a little far from his tower there, but he'll be able to back up.
Time where Smel's having to hide in the trees, poison to wear off so he can get the salve going. That's the space for no one.
They picked the Queen of Pain because they wanted the lane dominator. Lane dominator and then they disabled on EG. Sumel, go for a pull, some harassment onto no one to secure himself that race.
So be able to head down and get himself a DD, which is going to help even more in this 1v1.
That's going to be super nice. That's I mean, I feel like I see VP warding it the river like this is just because telltale what happened versus OG yesterday versus Topson. Just him able to get all of those different forces.
Now going to have a fight on one another. RTZ doing his best with the illusions to try and block up Pasha. The Who Stomp Pasha will be able to still walk his way back to safety.
Sumel got forced to TP to base. No one showed back up in the lane, and Sumel was on the high ground. He actually just immediately had the TP. They even actually, they aggressively glyphed the wave on Sumel's remnants to make him miss a couple last hits too. I'm sure that was no one. So yeah, Sumel, give me a couple more laps to that fire. And yeah, I mean, Sumel's going to be really shut down because of this swap.
He's going to have to take some time in the jungle to come back eventually.
Yep.
Yeah, this matchup, as you say, you know, VP, they got the final pick. They certainly made the magic happen with it in terms of making sure that no one has this favorable matchup mid. He's making the most of it. 20-9 against Sumel's 8-7.
And we see in the meantime also, like we were mentioning, you know, we're going to see the Shadow Demon running around making stacks. Solo's already started. He has like a couple stacks inside of him. Prepare for Ramses. Ramses still farming just fine. Same thing with Arteezy in the top lane. Carries. They've got
farm between two of them. This bottom lane will get a little more scary once gets that sticks.
Yeah.
Point where we'll imagine to see Ramses just looking to farm elsewhere.
Yep, he gets his phase boots, his double bracers, just goes to the jungle. It actually looks like he's actually already starting to back up to that jungle here.
Gonna see no one come across it for the runes. Brit did use the swashbuckle aggressively, so no one inside can stand their ground, start to hit, and the stick's gonna be popped. VP will be able to pick up the rune in front of him. And now chase down Crit. Crit's maybe gonna try and get himself denied. It's not gonna be able to do so. No one gets the kill on Crit, as well as taking the bounty runes away from EG.
He actually moved bottom for the bounty runes and bought his bottle from the secret shop, so he's able to bottle up the bounty rune, also bottle up the second one too, and now they're going to shrine up with the 2 cores and continue that pressure on his. Sumel is just going to be the jungles, who also had some stacks for himself. He'll catch back up pretty quick.
All important to at least make sure he gets the 6 before he returns to lane if he wants to do so. Roger. It was a good job that shrine was available.
Sumel doesn't want to commit forward here. He had his nulls backpacked. Try for anything.
Yeah,
there
a
to
bit
Roger.
of a tricky play to make on his own at the stage.
Yeah, he's got the Shadow Realm and everything to do for Willow. Not a kill that you go for. But yeah, bottom lane has been abandoned now a bit here by VP. They're just going to ports to soak versus S4 as Crit will just run around chasing Ramsey. Clear out these stacks as Crit will actually put down some vision, so those taps too. I'm able to snap some of these.
In the start where the biggest offset was that mid, but as you can see,
Totally got back up.
the nature of the storm. Which obviously is sort of maybe a worrying factor for VP. You pick this hero to have this edge in the mid, sure. The first 5 minutes you have that lead, the storm's always going to catch back up.
Yeah, and no one also went for the 3 points in the Shadow Strike, so purely lane pressure build. So now making moves around the map is a little bit harder without that high level of screen.
Top lane, attempts onto RTZ. RTZ hasn't got any backup around him right now, so they'll be able to get him right under the tower, beating him down. Now the TP comes in, the Shadow Realm hit, not quite enough. RTZ into the trees. Has the South ready and he'll survive. He doesn't need any support help.
Every little thing mattering, right? He has double Wraith Band as well as a band of Elven's hit, so all that extra armor being provided there allows him to survive versus all that.
Bottom lane, here's the pressure. Now the 6 has been hit on S4. He can get in with the impetuses onto Ramsey's. Ramsey's now hit 6, so he's got the chemical rage regeneration. Still,
Sumail jumping far.
Does go for a big ball zip. He's looking to play around with Solo. Regen rune has ended. Won't be able to play on for the kill, and Ramsey still with that chemical rage. A little too hard and a little too beefy for S4 to take down. At the least will force him away, and of course, Monsters have 30 seconds. Without the chemical rage, Ramsey's will have to stay away from that bottom lane.
As you know, when he's focusing a little bit here, just staying in the mid lane because of that max Shadow Strike build for now. We can't see him TP soon to make a rotation, but he has that on cooldown for 40. So he'll burn his whole mana. Going for that setup a little bit. And as we know and love, Nagasarn is only like 9 last hits or 10 last hits behind that Alchemist, but as soon as we bring up that net worth, you're really starting to see that disparity. 13. Oh, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has rung its
Fought it. Another Roger to look for Fly. They should be able to get this unless Sumail can get the deny. He's not going to get the chance. You know, on blows the Sonic Wave. Sumail dips forward, tries to go for the counter play with the Vortex drag back. They're going to get it. They'll take that trade, EG, and maybe look to see if they can find more. S4 still with some mana to play with, but the Shadow Realm TP out will get the Willow back to base. Although that is a kill onto no one as Sumail's sort of return and come back from a tough laning stage in that unfavorable matchup continues. And he is happy getting involved and taking down the Quap.
Yep, Fly even TP's mid, refills Sumail's bottle so that he can get his farm going for him too. Costly death there.
We'll see what sort of plays he is able to make. As you say, with the skill build, he's sort of stuck in this lane.
Yeah, just for a bit here. He's starting to get a couple more points when he's got like the 3 points, and then I mean he can still make moves around with 2 points. It's just not as good, not as nice. And we still see Solo continue to do all those stacks as we step aside. Ramsey's.
Sport. I mean, he can feel pretty free to do this. He shouldn't be under any sort of pressure as a level 7 edge. He's not really the best, unless we see a rotation from no one. And even then, he's going to have the Sonic Wave if they want to have a shot at killing S4.
Yeah, they're going to actually have like a stun as well, because if he just gets the heal off, even with the Sonic Wave, it's pretty unlikely that S4 dies.
S4, vision information onto Roger. Going to buy the chance for Sumail to zip in, get a bit of the glory. And he goes, S4 says, that's still my kill though. Sumail getting mobile on the map, getting involved in these little skirmishes.
Yeah, they're really trying to keep the pressure down on this bottom side. VP, they have full coverage and full wards down here to be able to watch when EG does make them toward this top side. So I assume Ramsey's just wanting to be farming his triangle though.
This is a high level dagger and that's going to get the kill.
It does take him out.
The plus there of having that 3rd point in it. The lane as a support, you got to be careful. Giving up kill to the Quap. No one. The Sonic Wave ready to pop again in 10 seconds. It's going to go for that Orchid build.
Yep. Treads into Orchid for sure versus the Storm as well. He wants to be able to get scales to it. Also, it's just good because it gives you attack speed too if he does want to go for it.
Yeah, maybe with the Orchid in the burst, they have the chance of killing S4 as well.
Yeah. That's a ways away, but he gets it.
Fair bit of time. VP setting up around the mid. Solo and Ramsey's here. EG. Shove the wave in, S4, trying to heal the wave back up.
He's trying to.
Yeah, it's already going to get nuked down by the poison.
Set up in the area, Crit as well as Fly. Crit and Fly are both level 6 too, and Crit has a Javelin, so he does pack a punch. As they're making sure to keep this catapult alive. They really want to try to take out this mid tower here, try to get that map control versus the Alchemist.
So like, not quite able to kill off the siege creep with the Shadow Poison. They'll pop the fortification. VP not moving back into position. They will be able to force EG back for now.
All of VP started surrounding themselves around that mid tower. As we know, defense of the mid tower. Immediately, they smoke up EG. They're looking to try to catch something around the triangle. They have no vision here either, so I think this is more of like a warding expedition first, and then hoping that they maybe find something out. Fly, he's leading the charge. He's gonna get that ward down. They're gonna see the courier. Oh, they can wait for it to pick up the relic and then
time
it. Oh, it didn't pick up the relic.
Oh, that would have been the value play.
That would have been the
value play. They
play.
had waited for the relic to get picked up. Still, a courier dead is a courier dead, and does mean that it'll be a little trickier at least for Ramses to be able to make his way over, especially with that ward coverage. They will see him go towards a secret shop to get the relic, so might still be able to cause issues with him when it comes to buying it. Or is it nonetheless? That had the relic on it.
That would have been, yeah,
that would have been. But not the case. Ramsey's still with the money. 4,800 gold.
They're probably expecting some ward vision up on that left side now too, because EG made that run around there to go secure that triangle versus that Alchemist. Roger's going to be going for that Vessel versus the EG lineup, or versus that Enchantress in particular. Who's going to be going for the Vessel on the side of EG? Most likely do want one to get picked up versus that Alchemist. Nobody scooted up just yet.
Set up into mid. They have a bit of courage on, certainly, yeah, with the Javelin on crit. They cut down Ramses. Crit, Rolling Thunder through. He's ready to try and set up for more. Samael's low on the mana, so he can't really follow this up.
Oh, he just demonic purged the illusions.
Did he?
Did.
Oh, it's early morning. It's early morning.
He wasn't in position to... he wasn't actually behind the Alchemist too. If Solo was actually in position there too, he can just get the disruption and maybe look to save him there, but likely not.
Hello. No one. He's got to be careful. Center, maybe Arteezy's the one that needs to be careful. They get the fear back. Turn towards him. Be able to sleep and back off. Cursed Crown does hit
middle tower is under
the
attack.
chase. No one has to be careful. They saw the damage as the illusions cut round that tree line.
He almost died just to the Naga side. That was
very
scary.
Very scary.
Yep, we see VP now. They originally had all their wards on the right side. Now, as we said, they're prioritizing that triangle area for Ramses, who pretty much has the Radiance now finished up after his last few camp. He's off to a good start, but Arteezy built 3 cores of EG as well. Looking real hot here. Arteezy getting all the space in the world from his team. We were kind of talking about that in the draft, right? We were hoping to say Arteezy kind of jungle, and then Ramsey's going to jungle, and the 4 versus 4 ensuing constantly. And I thought, look at it. EG's draft, fighting the 4v4s, is really strong. They've got the Storm Spirit, the ET, the Pango, in particular that ET Pango, really strong for the team fight, and then Escort, super tanky for the front line. Well, VP, they're going to take a little bit more time to be able to set up for that. They have the Willow damage, they have the Centaur damage, but pretty limited when they don't have...
Always that warring position, you know, if you're the outline up and
no money for you.
Not have that net worth advantage.
Yeah. And you're losing, if you start to lose map control also, that's one of the biggest things. They've already lost 2 of their towers, so getting bounty runes starts to become a little bit more difficult, and you really want to keep that map control of Alchemist for bounties. They're already starting to make the rotation up toward top to set up for 2 bounty runes, and Arteezy is going to go bottom to set up for those. So they want to fight up here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See if we can get over aggressively. We are seeing Pash just start to poke his head around. Well,
they only want to give... they look like they only want to give one.
Poke of Roger does force out the Shadow Realm. G will secure the 3 bounty runes. VP only able to get a look in on 1.
Is drowning.
But Arteezy very close to the Manta Cell. Obviously that Manta coming out well, way before any sort of war gets out for no one. So yeah, Arteezy with the Manta is going to feel pretty invincible heading around the map and farming wherever he wishes.
He's already starting to get like really tanky, right? He's already at, I mean, not very tanky, but he's 1500 HP when he's on a strength check against the Manta. He's gonna be like 1800, 2000 HP. Like we were saying, they don't have damage to deal with illusions very well on the side of VP. Definitely feeling a bit concerned for them in that aspect. They still do have this very farmed Alchemist. No one really at that same point. Pasha.
The VP, as we said in the draft, they're always going to struggle with the scaling potential of the 3 EG cores, and all 3 EG cores are in prime position in terms of where they want to be in farm. Top lane, Whostomp's not going to be there in time. Pasha's Crit's able to roll out, roll past the entirety of VP pretty much. TP's out, and that's 4 heroes there, but won't get any looking on a kill. They will be able to take the tier 1 tower.
He was just there to delay it, and he delayed a decent amount too. He knocked the whole creep wave back for a while here. They have the lift as well, so they delayed that push a decent amount for EG.
Lane, a bit of pressure being put onto the tier 2 tower bottom as RTZ cuts the creep wave. TP will come in from solo to get those creeps off it, but the pressure from EG is certainly building up very early.
Yeah, and they've got deep vision now too. I just saw Fly do a dive past the tier 2 tower bottom and puts 2 deep wards now. RTZ's getting aggressive.
He's looking for some solo action.
Solo's just dead.
This game looking a little rocky for VP.
They've got their blink now on Pasha. They're going to have to make some big plays happen with it, though. It's only a 1k disadvantage, but
they have the out.
Big problem. Yeah, the Nagastarin's a big problem.
And they're behind. It's not great. But sure, Ramses himself, he's still doing fine with the 2 cores up. Not having that much of an impact. The Wolfine Fly in the river. Ramses, concoctions out, Fly, caught out. Be able to get the stomp off. Kill. In fact, Fly's going to buy back, but EG want to fight this. Samel, he's going to dip in and found Ramsey straight away. They're on top of the Alchemist. The Alchemist is out. Crit onto the high ground, sets up for a second. Samel dips in, they'll find both of them. Double kill for Samel. As soon as VP finds some support action, Samel strikes back hard and gets the bigger trade for EG.
Yeah, they take out Ramses in a matter of seconds. Like, he just dies so quickly to all this damage that's coming out. EG just have, like we said, they have so much damage to deal with this Alchemist. VP, they don't have the damage really to deal with the Nagastarin. As RTZ immediately after that kill, he goes back to his home. He goes back to the bottom side of the map and can farm VP's jungle.
Once he has the diffusal blade, he's going to be killing most of these heroes on the map. Sure enough, Ramses gets the chemical rage off before, it will be a little trickier, but the rest of them, especially no one, he's got to be careful. He gets caught out by a net and surrounded by the illusions burning his mana. He's not going to have the chance to get out of it.
Yeah. Still no Orchid finished. He's got the second Oblivion Staff when he wants to get up. He hits level 12 now too for that level 2 Sonic Wave, so maybe they're going to try to make a move with that one there.
They have to.
They're trapped on their side of the map.
The momentum and the pace that EG's playing at, it's only going to favor EG.
Yep.
VP's got to try and make some sort of a play, find some sort of a pick-off onto one of these EG's cores. Otherwise, this game is just going to get infinitely harder for VP.
Dream Rune for Sumail, who's completely out of mana, finds himself a regen rune with a farm at maximum efficiency. Looks like for a smoke play as well here, looking to keep the pressure on. I mean, they're probably feeling super confident
why not?
right now.
They know that at this point of the game, their lineup plays very well.
Yep. And they're keeping the pressure on. That's the big thing too, is like even if they do make an aggressive play, VP, they can't transition into anything here. They got the top tier 1 tower, but mid tier 1 is still pretty healthy, bottom as well. Definitely lacking a lot on that map control right. And it's going to just be a straight BKB build as well by Sumail this game. No funny business. He doesn't want to get caught by any type of bramble. He doesn't have to worry about that Orchid that's going to be coming out inevitably from the pain. Could go for something like a Eul's, but this is just, he doesn't care, because if he gets Eul's, they drop a bramble under it.
Well, that's the thing. The Eul's is definitely a bit of a double-edged sword when it comes to trying to save yourself. It can set up for the enemy to come in after. This is BKB. It's going to allow him to go ham. Sumail knows that at this point, EG's at their strength, that they can keep fighting whilst RTZ keeps farming. Down bottom, zipping in a zip out. There's the net. In comes Crit rolling forward. He'll be able to get the connection with the rolling thunder. Pasha tries to jump in. The song's going to be used. They're going to look to disengage for now. EG, they will start to back away. VP's going to look to chase. Stampede's hot. Roger is getting melted. He'll be able to pop the fear up at Sumail. He'll zip in. Shadow Realm allows him to juke the hit from Sumail. Roger will stay alive for now. Easy backing away the stomp, comes out from Pasha onto the backline, Sonic Wave there, burst them down low, doesn't quite get any of the kills, and now EG they'll turn. Look to Pasha with the impetus, now over to Ramses. Ramses having to hide in the trees, no one jumping in with a scream. Can he get the kill time? Fly, tries for the stomp, doesn't matter. Roger gets the Shadow Realm hit, will get the kill, but EG they've found 2, and RTZ is into the trees, hunting for Ramses. At the same time, Sumail playing around with no one on the sideline. Sumail is low on mana, the backup there from Crit comes in with a swashbuckle. Sumail will be saved, and no one will be taken out as EG find 4 and only lose Fly.
That was a really nice disengage there by EG. It actually looks pretty scary for them for a second there. RTZ had 0 mana as he was disengaging and backing up. believe he may have gotten bottled up by by the Storm or something like that, because he was very low on health. He was able to reset, and they just made VP chase a little bit too far.
I mean, that's we've not seen any EG, but that sort of execution and team fight from EG, that looked top tier. There was no question about it. EG made the calls and the moves absolutely perfectly to get the most out of that situation. And I think that could even be a bad fight too far for VP, because now, after that, RTZ has the Diffusal Blade. Sumail's got the BKB. If you're not winning that fight, I don't know what sort of fight you are winning if you're VP. You have to pull off some drastic measures here. Get some sort of a pick-off, because in terms of the head-to-head 5-5, you're not coming out on top.
They've got the Orchid right now on the Queen of Pain. Right now, they're looking to try to hunt onto Sumail before the BKB comes out. They might be able to actually catch him.
It's on the courier. It's on the courier. Yeah. It's on the courier. The courier. Is he going to get there? He needs there. He gets it. It's there. Delivered just in time. And now allowed to turn. BKB's popped. Oh, he dies. He zips into melee range of passion. It's early morning. It's early morning. Sumail.
He was alive for sure.
Now that's a question mark and a half.
He turned, and I think he just got retaliated.
He just zipped in next to him, and Pasha just smacked him in the face.
Okay, well the Gankins are actually working.
It was really brilliant. You know, he gets the BKB, he survives, and then he's in tracking and dies. No, don't show it again. Oh no!
Look at the courier flying in. He gets
like he's fine.
He's fine. Gets BKB.
Sumail is more than fine.
Zips
out, but then he zips back in. And he gets greedy, and Pasha just smacks him in the face. Oh.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, nonetheless, EG's still in a very, very good position.
Yeah.
Sumail, he knows that, so he won't be feeling too hard done by that mess up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they still have RTZ in such a comfortable spot. He's also even queued up a BKB as well, just if he wants to go for that, something like that. He also has the butterfly too, which you go for it anyway. But yeah, they're in a super comfortable spot here as both Pasha and No One. Look, their net worths. They're actually pretty much at the same position here as Crit on that Pango. And EG, they're just still running at them, keeping them on this side of the map.
Oh, Mansa. The silence off RTZ. There's the vision. He's going to be able to get the net. Stampy's popped as well as the bit. Pasha jumps in, looks for the lockdown onto RTZ. RTZ in trouble. They get the kill. Artor's dead. We're coming in with the rolling thunder. So EG will still look to turn it. Sumail pops the BKB. Zips in. Nukes down one. Now we'll turn for another. Pasha will be taken out as well. They did manage to deny Ramses, but everybody else still dies. I guess that was the new. Wait, how did they deny? It's early morning. Explain. Was it neutrals? Right? There's no deniable damage.
No,
right?
I would say killed by neutrals.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Come on, Fog, get your brain working. How did Ramses get them? No damage over. There's no deniable. Let's have a look. I'm sure we're being idiots. How did Ramses get denied? Was it the SD illusions? Is there something with it? Oh, concoction! Concoction!
Oh,
concoction!
Good call.
Concoction! That's the answer.
Go.
There we go.
I was like,
there we go. Concoction.
Am I dumb?
Concoction.
So he denied himself. That's why it
Yes.
makes sense. Yeah. Early morning. Early morning.
Yeah. Not something you see all the time.
No.
With a concoction. No, it's very, very hard to pull off. Never intentional. At least was able to take away a bit of that golden X bonus for EG. Yeah. Obviously, EG though still
they're in
taking the favourable swing. Yep. They got the kills around him.
Such a good position for them too, because every single time they're making all these aggressive plays, it's just super deep onto VP's map. So even if VP, which they're not winning these fights at all, if they were, they're still not in a good position to push outwards. So EG just keeps bringing the battle to them, and VP is starting to get just very far behind. Alchemist, as we say, of course, still at the top of that network, but we're just starting to see him just get melted.
And he's not the top. Like, there's 23 minutes in, there's only a 2k difference between him and RTZ.
Are standing for enemies.
It should be more if you're having a great game as now. Obviously, it's hard because RTZ is just having such a fantastic time as the Nagasaki in this game. He's all the space in the world on the map.
And it's hard when they have so much damage coming out from EG. They have not only just magical and physical, but they have that pure that, of course, comes out from the Enchantress that just pierces right through Alchemist, who has an AC early on. That's the thing. He went for the AC to make sure he's not countered by the natural order or anything like that. So he gets that flat bonus armor, but too many different damage sources from EG.
Fortification can save them.
T1 tower.
Radiant's top tower is under rocks. Dire's middle tower
down.
is under attack.
Deep. Now that EG is pushing on this top lane.
Tower has fallen.
With that information, RTZ sort of a low mid, but not a kill to go for with their the man-to-dodge capabilities into the song.
And he's never using, it doesn't look like he's using the man to farm pretty much at all. He's actually using his mirror image every single time, so. And he still has the BKB queued. As we saw in that last fight, he still can't get burst down his individual hero by all that magic damage that they do have.
Yeah, well, BKB and Manta, they can start walking down lanes, finishing off these tier 2s, take towards the base.
Just take every single fight pretty much. I don't feel like VP's fight is nearly as strong as VP's, even without the BKB.
That's going to be an Aegis on the Storm, Sumail.
Is our bounty running? One right now. Long zip forward, solo. Goodbye.
Goodbye indeed. Sumail. The opportunity with that wall vision that they have. Killer Sumail's Storm game. Just to look like a lot better than the old no one Quap. He's struggling this match.
He really is. The Tricore of EG.
Not really had an impact.
Tricore of EG farming super well. Crit also pretty much a core. And they're actually setting up with the song.
They're ready to dive in.
He has BKB though. I think they just saw it.
I mean, they're like, never mind. Oh, BK, get out. Abort.
Just kidding.
Radiant's top tower is on the
Level 18 song though, so only that 70 seconds.
KB Ramses himself. So likewise as RTZ Naga go where he wants.
Yeah. The
biggest
thing,
any threat for him.
The big thing too is, we look at that 7k gold lead, and if it's not always the biggest thing, even though, Diversity Alchemist, which is excellent, I saw we brought up, of course, that experience. That's one of the big ones, is you look at no one's level 14. If you look at these hero levels, it's a level 14 Queen of Pain, it's a level 16 Pangolier. Crit is 2 levels over 2 of the cores on the side of VP right now.
Oh, it's Sumail again. He's looking for the big bull zip. He uses all his mana for it. Can he get one right click to slow down Solo? He's chasing him. Pole charges there. Solo has no escape. Ugh. Gets caught out once again. Somewhere on the map. Solo's no one. There's always a threat with this defusal and that Eagle Song. This Naga Siren punches hard.
Yeah, Eagle Song instead of the BKB. Not
he's just
like
ready
he
to hit.
Yeah, he
I mean, because he knows that he can get these kills. No one is. He's just a free kill on the map. Yeah. Anytime that no one messes up with the Blimp, because he's only got the Orchid, there's no defensive capabilities. He needs that BKB. It's going to take him a lot of time to get there. He's only 2k into the purchase.
Yeah, it really is feeling extremely difficult to beat these fights. They only have that Alch. Everybody else is just super underfarmed in comparison. G's frontline is just. The killing these heroes is super difficult. As we see,
all 3 cores are a huge nightmare for VP to deal with.
Yeah.
This really was the problem that we were worried about from the drop. S4, Edge, Sumail, Quap, RTZ, Naga Siren. Good luck. Who are you gonna kill? You had to Quap. Sumail Storm.
Yeah, I mean, Sumail, he had some time where he could have died, as we saw, but he got such an early BKB. He's 9-1 and 5. So even though that early lane that he got pressured in, he was able to jungle, back up. Team put a lot of pressure on the map. VP as well as Ramses, they just kind of just been stuck on their side. They can't make any aggressive moves. EV just been dictating the pace the entire time. Ramses will connect the stun. They got the Spirit Vessel as well onto S4.
They're going to try and burst for Sumail. He's going to look to go for the backline straight away with the silence on to Solo. Drags him in, looks for the SD kill. Well fought from Crit. They killed one up. Pasha off with the Stampede, looks to hide in the trees. Sumail's on with the chase. They'll get the kill with the shield crash. Crit takes the second. It's easy. Song set up, looking for more. The Fear will send back the 3 of them, keeping Ramses safe. Buyback comes out from Pasha. VP actually get any of those kills in return? That's the question. Self-stone from Ramses. Pasha in with the 3-man who stop. They're on top of Sumail. Sumail will fall once, but he has the Aegis. They're ready to keep fighting. EG, the impetus is from S4. Take down a second. Ramses is surrounded, trapped up by the net. Sumail tips in. Ramses out of HP, out of mana, and S4 cleaning up the glory. Triple kill for the Edge, as this game just continues to look rougher and rougher for VP. No one will be able to blink away. Sumail looking for the chase.
No mana.
Has he got enough mana to get the kill? Yes, he has. RTZ, his man up on the high ground, and it really is all over. As EG, a beautiful start to the day for them, and VP, it looks like a good night's sleep didn't do anything for them, as this lineup continues to in absolute shambles.
Yeah, this was a rough one. Even from like the draft, we're looking like, oh god, this Naga Siren pick was really strong. They don't have great ways to deal with it, and EG, they put the pressure on. With this Elder Titan, with this Pango, with this Enchantress and their Storm, these four were just running around making plays, and VP, their four cannot match that aggression.
Not at all. It looked like a great draft from EG.
Yeah.
As I said, I haven't got to see any of the EG games, but from this performance and from that draft, EG, they look pretty damn good.
Yeah, definitely looked real sharp in the way that they secured the map control really quickly, right? They prioritized, they took out that bottom tower super early, they took out the mid tower. Razor, as we've used to see Queen of Pain picked a lot for Razor. Yeah. So we're going to move away from the Queen of Pain, and the other thing I like that VP does already here is banning out the Enchantress.
Yeah.
Get rid of that hero.
It is that offlaner that just, like, you have to draft against it. You have to have certain heroes. You have to have certain items to have any chance of killing it in the mid game.
Yeah, and even then we saw in the last team fight they committed every single spell pretty much, I think, except for Sonic Wave, and they barely brought down S4.
Obviously with their bans, banning the only hero that had sort of an okay game on VP's lineup, making sure that this time VP won't even be able to rely on having Ramses farming away on his Alchemist.
Okay, so already adjustments by VP.
So what's been left in this time? The SD's there,
the gyro.
The gyros there, and EG are going to take that for themselves, in fact. Obviously banning it against VP in game 1. Leave it in and run it themselves.
Give me some like Morphling +1 versus the... Give me something...
Dude, Morph
right?
used to be...
Wasn't that like the
Morph was a free win.
Yeah, Morph versus Gyro
a free win.
Insane versus it. So I don't think you can open it, but maybe you can pick like SD Morph.
I don't know, it kind of is that much... At least it used to be that much of a free win.
Right, like SD Morph for me will always look pretty good
in the first phase.
Gyrocopter. Because if you don't, it's probably going to get banned out.
Oh, it would definitely get banned. Right, against Ramses and no one. Like, if you're playing Gyro, you do not let them have them. Unless you feel you're going to have sufficient ways to deal with it. But even then, there's always going to be that one fight where Morph gets the flak and everybody dies. So.
And it's also to say it's not even just the, it's not just the X factor of the Gyro. You will have your own ways to benefit from it too. If they pick something like a Willow, a Shake, or other type of combos as we've seen. We'll see. They're running into a little bit of their reserve time here.
First pick. Maybe saying, well, Morph is great. Is it great enough for us to pick in the first phase?
I'm on board with it if you do.
I would be fine with it. You're struggling, right, VP? You've had 3 really rough games. Just go with something that you know is statistically very, very strong, very likely to give you a good shot in the game.
Not maybe like an Ogre Morph. Because look, Ogre was actually ignored completely in the last draft.
They're losing, they're using a lot of their reserve time
here.
For first pick.
Let me check the chat, make sure that... Okay,
are they here?
Yeah,
hello?
Here. We're all good.
Test?
I think they have to be debating that. It has to be the debate for that.
They're having a full-blown conversation. Here we go. There's the SD.
Okay, they just still do SD Centaur. So Centaur still used to be one of the big picks versus the Gyrocopter anyway, because the laning phase. Centaur has like 67 base damage. Gyro has like 47 base damage. You can't really last hit very well versus a Centaur.
They took a long time to think about that.
So I think they must have been debating a couple different things to snap pick those two like that. Like sometimes you see they'll pick the Shadow Demon, then they'll reset their time and they'll pick the next hero. But they don't do that. They just pick both and immediately.
It's out again. Now VP, they've got 3 picks. They've got to draft something that can better deal with the Naga Siren. Because last game they just didn't have the means to. Their last pick was a Quap in response to it was like a 4th pick Naga last game.
I believe so.
And the Quap's just not good enough. If you don't snowball, you get behind. The burst is not going to be enough to do anything against the Naga Siren. As we saw last game, the Naga just destroys the Quap. One misplaced blink, the Naga Siren's on top of you with her army of illusions, and the Riptide just rips you apart. VP, they have to draft suitably against this Naga.
The Dire get up.
There's the Morph.
I mean, that was the thing.
That's exactly what we're saying.
I really would have liked.
Saying,
right? I would have liked VP to pick it in the first phase.
I totally agree.
I really think it's that strong against the Gyro that you can pick it first phase.
Right there with you. Right there with you. We used to see.
You're never going to get it in second phase.
Like last year when Gyro was being picked, it was literally like you have to ban the Morphling, otherwise you're gonna get you have to play these mind games.
There wouldn't even be that sort of opportunity where they would have you would have had 2 picks to pick it. Like you would not have been allowed that in the draft. So it would always be banned out.
The one thing I'm thinking is maybe they debated. Now also I think the other hero they might be looking at is Sven. because it can be okay versus the Naga Siren. It's good versus Gyrocopter throughout the majority, like pretty decent stages of the game. They could even just ban it.
It's going to be banned as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're not taking sort of that core.
I think Sven is
against this sort of opening. I mean, EG's open with a core. There's no problem with you putting in a 1 or a 2 in those first 2 picks.
It's probably the one that's sent. I know Lifestealer is one that people used to pick a little Gyrocopter, but playing versus Naga Siren as well. You're gonna struggle. Yeah, you're gonna struggle. The thing is, you have Centaur, so you have that like, gap close kind of thing. Maybe there's still a possibility that VP does want to go for something like that.
Sven is the best.
10 seconds.
They do take out that Pangolier, so they look at the bans that we've seen from Enchantress, Elder Titan, Pango. What did EG play last game? Enchantress, Elder Titan, Pango. So they're really making sure that those boxes, especially when there's a Naga Siren in the game.
Necrophos ban.
Okay.
Now, why would EG be scared of the Necrophos? What's the strength of that hero?
I know VP likes the hero quite a bit.
Okay. Because it isn't necessarily very good against the 2 that EG have so far. I feel.
No. Like Gyro's alright with. Gyro's just all magic damage.
Go through the Ghost Shroud. So. I just wonder what this.
That has to be.
What could this tell you about the upcoming pick?
That's something I'm trying to think.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe something like that Tidehunter. Maybe something like that for Escort, where he doesn't really enjoy playing versus. Not like the lane. PvP. They take out the Chen.
Let's see what core they want to get. As you say, Sven, it has been left in.
Yeah,
so
Sven,
if they want to go that route for Ramses,
it's good for the core because it's good versus both of these that we see already. And these you'd imagine are EG's 2 cores, unless they still like maybe still vary some stuff around, but you'd imagine this is gonna.
5 seconds remaining.
P. Where he is again? They do eat into that reserve time.
Radiant's turn to pick. Lion.
Line. So Lion very good versus Naga Siren. You can clear out 2 of the illusions very quickly. You actually get really farmed on Lion, just killing the mana drain Hexwind all the time throughout the game.
Sure.
Gives you some burst damage as well, working with it. But again, we see VP. I've seen them do this like every game.
What, squishy supports?
Squishy supports.
Very squishy.
We see a lot of other teams picking like Earthshakers, Sand Kings, Ogres, +1 of the squishy supports. VP.
10 seconds.
So that makes me think it is the Sven, right?
5 seconds
they've got to be picking cores to make up
the first Undying, I believe, of the tournament.
Really?
I
Is
think
that a new hero?
Yep, I believe that is the first Undying of the tournament. Okay, Undying.
I mean, Jara Undying, right? That's old school.
Yeah, you get the vision for your flak with the Tombstone.
Yeah.
Super nice. Tombstone are giving that 1800 day and night vision, so your flags are always going to be hitting everyone in the fight.
If you end up getting together for some early action.
10 seconds.
Okay, just Jara's early magical burst combo just so deadly.
I think it's also now this time EG, they don't have their Elder Titan to secure the lane. So Undying versus Centaur, he's the one to secure the lane for the Naga Siren. So EP, pressure from their dual lane might not be enough now versus this Undying as EG that to soak the damage. On bottom, sorry, or dire this game.
P again, right into the reserve time. This is their reserve time, going down to the 20s, and they're going to try and run the storm themselves this time round for no one.
It's nice, right? There's very limited disable coming out here.
Disable, would you like to see?
Willow's in the board.
For crit, I was going to say the crit blow is there.
10 seconds.
Crit play much of the next assassin?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Too bad this game, right? You know, against 2 supports and the storm.
Yeah. I really like
the Will. I mean,
it fits really well with Naga Siren too, and it's good versus Stampede. Good
setup as well for cooldown between the Bramble and the Jara. Really good area of Bramble and the Tombstone. The team fight control be very, very nice for EG.
Definitely. He's played a couple of games of Earth Spirit as well.
Willow would be really. We've not got to see any Earth Spirit.
I like the Willow a little bit more than the Earth Spirit.
It's one of those, those supports as well that sometimes it could be annoying, right? As a Lion, you're never able to get that finger. She always disappears into the Shadow Realm.
It does seem like it fits pretty. Provides some extra. Turn their clock down. They don't.
To Willow or not to Willow?
Willow or to take S4's hero?
Sure, yeah, if they're worried about maybe S4. If they've got their sort of mindset on that one.
The Dire get a ban.
Maybe S4's right.
S4 sinking.
Radiant's turn to ban.
And they ban the Willow immediately.
I mean, no hesitation.
That's the debate, right?
Willow.
That's the debate
Willow's gone.
that's going to go out. So
Yeah.
Sand King provides you that instant disable for the Storm Spirit that they were lacking.
Okay.
It's going to give them a nice team fight as well with the Naga-san with Gyrocopter, so that's a solid pick there. And now they're going to be able to look for Crit's hero, which...
No, Willow.
Willow. The other ones he's played, yeah, he's played Willow a lot, he's played Earth Spirit a lot.
10 seconds. 5
Talk
seconds
about it. We'll see what
remaining.
EG's final ban is first. But if we're talking about fun,
Radiant's turn
crazy
to
hero,
pick.
how about the crit puck?
Dire's turn to pick. Earth Spirit.
It's the obvious one. So, because he's played the...
Yeah, well, it was always going to be what, Willow or
I think it was Willow or Earth Spirit for sure. I think that's why they debated. They're like, I think we'd prefer having Sand King, and we can just take one of the two that works really well in the game.
Alright, so VP, what do you got? Final pick for Ramses. What do you want to be getting? What are sort of the big cores still in? The Life Stealers?
I like the anti-mage ban a lot by each
Well,
boy.
you think they would have gone for it?
I've seen everybody. not everybody. I've seen so many
5
teams picking it
seconds
versus the
remaining.
Sand King. They love it versus the Sand King and lane and in the overall aspect of the game because you just lane versus him.
But
pretty
is it good?
decently.
Is anti-mage good?
I personally don't really like it so much, but I've heard the teams talking about it a
Okay,
lot.
okay.
And it's a matchup versus Nagasar that if you make it to that late game, you just be okay as the IM. You just have to make it. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of AM, and they're running the clock. The ones we
They
said were
are.
Sven and Lifestealer, right? I think those are two that fit. I think Sven still has its argument, and it's a Lifestealer.
Don't you dare pick
So
Tiger.
I think those are the last two that were left. Lifestealer, the matchup versus Gyrocopter can be nice. Also versus Sanky.
I mean, I'm just looking at this and I'm saying,
Naga
can
Siren.
they deal with a Naga Siren?
Yeah. Do
Can
they have ways to clear it?
Can they deal with a Naga Siren?
The thing is, Lion, that's the thing. Lion will always provide you. No matter how much health those illusions have, he's going to kill two of them right away.
But look at all these heroes that are going to get on top of the line.
That is the one. They are
S4 and
very
crit, just
tanky.
straight to the back lines, and both these supports are dead.
They're super tanky, but that also could be one thing that maybe makes it where Ramses is feeling pretty good, right? There's 3 really buff strength heroes that he can feast off of.
Sure. I mean, obviously, yeah, other than the Naga Siren, yeah, the Lifestealer is going to have a lot of good targets to eat. You can have that way of Tombstone and obviously Gyro for a lot of the earlier portions of the game is going to have to be very wary of the Lifestealer just getting on top of him.
Exactly, and they have methods of delivery. They have both the Storm Spirit, which is natural, and then they have the Centaur, who's going to eventually get that Blink Dagger. They also even have Stampede, so okay, this could be this looks like a much more well-rounded draft for VP this time around.
Sure, you like it more than game one.
Much more than game one.
Much more than
for sure.
game one's.
Still a little bit concerned about the Naga Siren
RTZ Naga.
and how much pressure they're going to be able to put on him in the laning phase. Fly, as this Undying, he's going to be able to soak all that pressure for RTZ.
But in the mid lane as well, the Nolan Storm Spirit, he should have a good time against this mid Gyro. How does that sort of go? Yeah.
You have good. I think you have like a okay base damage advantage. You can clear the wave out much easier than the Gyrocopter. So Gyro can't actually, sometimes with Gyros you want to like missile and you dive in to go for your barrage. But I think like Storm Spirit's going to be pushing the wave out constantly into your face that you can't actually have only the storm isolated by a rocket barrage. Does look like it should be a pretty lane, but I've said that and also there's an Earth Spirit. So that's the one thing is Crit could make some role plays to look to set up his
RTZ flexing there with his stats. Victories predicted in a row in his pubs.
Prepare to make
Very
way.
impressive there from Artor.
Captain, it's
Party
pronounced
queue.
Admiral.
See a lot more.
Party queue
You're going to
music.
see a lot more streaks for sure with the new party queue, right? All right, so look at EG setting up all around the mid lane, expecting, of course, they're versus Centaur. These Centaurs, you always run to the mid lane to get your retaliate stack, so they are already in this area trying to catch him. Gotta be more careful. Centaur up onto that high ground. Storm does have like a couple more base damage versus Gyrocopter's animation, of course, is super. Gonna actually be putting Solo in the bottom lane this time to put the pressure on, and Roger's gonna be up top to secure the farm for Ramses. We're having the double stuns and the slow as well from the Lifestealer. They can actually set up some kill threat.
I was practicing my
They have
backstroke.
the sentry.
30 seconds to battle.
On lane Bruno's spot.
Exact same wards coming out from the teams. Almost exactly the same. Mid lane at least. Around. Last game.
Be able to push VP away from their top, bottom and S4. Potentially go with this with the burrow strike. Stun to make sure they aren't come for anything. In fact, get on top of Roger. So VP do manage to still be the ones to pick up the 3 bounty runes. They'll get the favor this time to start the game off. It's from Crit. Prioritizing trying to take down Roger rather than get that rune. They'll miss out on both.
Yeah, they have to try to set up the stun on him because otherwise, if they go for it, he just stuns them. Yeah. I played the right? Could be able to get decent. Farm very nice.
Roger's just got to be careful with his positioning. Try and get on top of him. Smail obviously, he's got the missile skill. A bit of missile spam on no one.
Yep, secure your range creep with a missile almost every single time. Missile the enemy so you can walk up and secure. But yeah, no one should always be able to put the pressure onto Sumail. You know, seeing that Undying versus that Centaur. You see Pasha, he actually doesn't want to play the lane because of that. He's ragged. Can't actually lane versus this. And Solo will be the one to try to split down our teeth. It's a Naga Siren versus Chap. So yeah, Crit actually makes the move toward mid early on here. No one. We'll spot him though with above. Run into Crit here, and Roger actually saved money for boot. Not finished up here, so he could have put fresh area onto Crit. Maybe force him to actually just roll out. Yep. Self the boulder.
Both carries are going to be able to farm at decent paces. Is one lane, would you say, trickier than the other for Ramses and RTZ?
Here? No, not really. I think both of them should be able to get a good amount of farm.
Same thing except for the offlanes?
Yeah, probably. I think maybe Pasha and Solo can put a little bit more pressure just because of how strong Shadow Demon is. I already see Solo getting like 5 stacks here on Fly. So I think maybe Pasha should be able to get a little bit more out of it than S. Like they can't actually killing the Centaur. Sure, it's not really gonna happen unless he drops too low.
I got the salves out, they'll be fine. Yeah. He's still poor Tango salve himself. Top Ramses. Got the rage skilled, so back away. Mid lane matchup continue to favour the Storm, but it's very close. Samael keeping up 11 points. Got the denies as well, Samael, so pretty much even with what they're getting out of that middle lane.
Yeah, that's a DD rune coming to play that he got at the 2-minute mark. He's able to. No one trying to get harassed here, just even by like some flak or something. Crit immediately ports mid too, maybe trying to set up for a kill.
I mean, if they get the homing missile set up, can go for it, but as it is, keeping himself behind the tower, no one quite blinded.
Very close. Look at, so they're dead even pretty much.
Dead even, 0-0. That's not a 1k difference. Being hunted.
Run around. Of course, Crit will close the gap on him. He doesn't have mana for TP. He does have a stick TP now. He's gonna be able to actually home. Oh, he will.
He knew. He did the maths.
That one stick charge he got, he was at 58 mana. Guess the stick charge has enough. There. The math, sure. So RTZ now will be able to get some aviated pressure off himself. He'll be just fine versus Pasha to get that.
Mid lane. Kickback. He's able to get the kickback set him on. No one's going to turn and look towards Samael. Will be fine. Fairy Fire's popped and no one does fall. Crit able to set up for that first blood going the way of Samael. Was close.
Was.
He had a first. He was always good at it. It looked very close.
The nicest thing too is though they made no one even pop the mango. He popped the mango trying to get a second remnant down and getting the right click onto Sumail. This is what we kind of said, right? You have to expect Crit Earth Spirit to make the movement on the mid lane when you have a gyrocopter. Littles can be set up for
Be able to maybe make some more action happen as he's found himself an invis rune that he's bottled up.
from Smel's bottle.
I mean, if they kill no one again off the back of that invis, we've seen it before.
Roger's looking to try to set up for this kill as well for no one. He's actually smoked in
At least
for
get a
it.
ward down, but that ward's not going to tell him that Crit is
God.
invis by his side. Crit,
Is there any kick him up?
kickbacks there, missiles coming in. Roger is going to head over, try and help out. Samel's getting low. They'll roll forward, disabling. No one's still alive. Turns with the burst. No one trying to run away. The flag with the flag though. Samel gets the kill. No one is dead again. Crit should fall in return, but that's a second kill onto the Storm in mid.
Crit knew he was dying and even throws a bottle charge onto Sumail there. He was like, wait, give you some life before I go down because this is your bottle.
Roger.
Missile.
Missiles. Like it's no. He'll be fine. But this mid lane getting a little rough for no one. 2 deaths back to back, and Samel easily taking over and farm because of that.
Yeah, nice moves by Crit there. He's even still staying around the mid lane. But no one is like, nope, I'm not going back there versus Gyro.
Time to hit the jungle.
Yeah, time to just jump. He does have the 3 points in the Overload though, not having the 2 points in Remnant that we do see players take the jungle a little bit faster. A little bit.
How the offlaner's doing. It's be pretty even at the moment, really. Both Pasha and S4 getting the same amount per lane, but that's a dead Pasha. Arteezy.
That was a solo.
That was a solo kill. He didn't even he doesn't have the net skill. He just
chased.
dove the tower. Top lane, S4. He has to juke up to the high ground with the bow strike. Ramses will be there with the chase.
One more hit though, and
it's not going to save him. He's going to die, surely. Oh! The mango sandstorm
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Just kidding.
Ooh, Ramses with the investment does get the kill. Back towards mid. EG keeping the action hot. Still rolling on to solo. Set up another kill for Samael. Sure, both offlaners die, but this mid lane just continues to go more and more in EG's favor. Getting Samael the dream start that you hope for as a mid gyro.
yeah, saw VP actually pinging the mid lane too. They're like, oh, the catapult died, so my death's not so bad. But EG, they still
This is
continue the
EG
pressure.
as well.
They're gonna take the tower.
6 minutes in.
Nice stun. Coming out on 2, but they still won't be able to secure that. Oh, the deny!
Oh, Samael got the last hit. No one. Try and hold back Crit. There is a missile going the way of no one, but he's got mana and he's got 6. Will be silenced. They won't chase up to the high ground. EG playing it safe. That's a very early timing to take that tier 1 tower away from VP.
Absolutely, especially when you're playing versus Storm Spirit, who wants to go back into the jungle still. He is level 6 now though, so he's a little bit safer, of course, to do those. The gank will be a lot harder for EG. Super early tier 1. You don't see that very often when you look at EG's tier 1. Not been touched. Those rotations just putting heavy emphasis on pressuring no one. And it removes the pressure away from Arteezy too, where he wasn't really getting pressure at all, but you see VP has to send heroes to the mid lane to try to help no one out. And that's just going to make both of those side lanes a little bit better.
He has now got the 6, so
Damage is coming. The Riptide minus armor.
he does have to be careful, but he shouldn't at least solo die now with the Stampede.
It's about that Vanguard also picked up here, but I mean the Riptide minus armor, he's getting put negative every time.
Forward. Fine, Roger, the illusions are on top of him. Roger's just walked into his death. Now the Stampede will be popped. And all it's going to do is allow Solo to walk himself away. Pasha's still in the trees. He'll TP out.
Yeah, he'll just TP to the shrine. Walked in, huh? Caught out by Crit, doesn't expect the movement coming at EG. Out-rotating VP right now at the moment.
Well, they really are. None of these moves from VP looking to be very refined at all. They're sending themselves to their death. Solo didn't expect that. Didn't expect them to be there. Samael and Fly waiting on the high ground. Samael now dominating 8 minutes in as the mid gyro.
And EG, again, just like the last game, they're already starting to put pressure
And
on
they're
the
sending more
towers.
down it. VP, they're trying to fight. They just saw Samael and Fly on the high ground. See if they can get themselves away. They will be able to, but they've got to be careful down here. There's pretty much the majority of EG. As EG 9 minutes in, they're on the verge of taking another tier 1 tower and continuing to just take over the map away from VP.
Yeah, just like the last game, right? Getting those early tier 1s, making sure that their kills actually turn into something. They're not just flat kills. They make sure that they try to get some other things out of it and pressure. Really outmaneuvering VP right now. VP's got to start making something happen. I mean, they use their Stampede. We're gonna have to probably see no one get a little bit active on the map here. Ramses is going to be queuing up for what looks like to be that. He hasn't actually shown if it's the Radiance or that armlet. You have to imagine it's the minus Radiance this game, since he's playing versus Naga Siren.
You gotta get that Radiance bird this game bottom. Asher, no stampede for 20 seconds.
Very dead.
No escape for him. Try and run. Samael, mega kill streak. 5 kills now on the gyro.
He's super far up by himself as well. Not having any like information, no vision in the AG jungle or anything.
Both of those deaths, a bit of a wonder there for Pasha. The early solo kill that Artis was able to pull off on him. Positioning not too hot at all. G will be able to get 3 of the 4 bounty runes to hold that lead. Again, sort of similar situation as last game. It really is just Ramses that's able to hold in at the moment with the farm that he's having, but elsewhere the other lane's starting to fall behind the respective cores on EG's side.
I know, and he doesn't really want to make the moves yet. He wants to try to get his high up before he does start getting involved. He's not happy with starting getting involved early on.
There's the setup that make a play happen. Catch out fly with the disruption and stomp.
They've got Stampede available. Cooldown's already being set up. Crits in. He's got the silence.
There's a missile heading Pasha's way though, and with that urn, it's going to tick him down very low. He should die to the missile. The urn. Nice.
Okay.
He's going to live. 40 HP. Will be fine. Crit's trying to chase and find him with the magnetize, but won't quite get the connection onto this Centaur. So Pasha will live this time.
Crit's out of stones now. Or he has 1 left, but almost take out Pasha. As Arteezy, just like last game, bottom, his jungle is not his home. The enemy jungle is his home. He is trying to take away some of that farm and keep with the pressure also. Team, they're going to just keep running around as tier 4 plays as EG. S4 pretty much actually has a Blink Dagger already finished up very soon. So Storm Spirit, no one. They're going to have a lot more ways to set up for him than just crit when they do have that finished up at such an early time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They do have level 6 now on Roger.
Can't handle this deluge.
Is there one thing they can set up for kills?
It's easy. Just gets the illusions out. Roger. We're one with the mana leak, and with Pasha here as well. Artur will have to back.
Oh, that's expected. Siren, gonna have to do that as a lifestealer.
Takes some time though, Ramses that time. So far the minutes pass, they have been favouring G bottom. They do get the thirst for S4. Set up here, no one zips in.
Yep.
Themselves the kill. No one starting to mobilize himself across the map.
I think he has to in this game. He has to be the one to make plays around the map. When Pasha's going for Vanguard, they have the Midas Lifestealer. He has to be the one to be a little bit more of that sacrificial lamb that we see like Thompson does a lot of times, bro.
The Ramses could get.
Yeah, exactly.
He is stay away to deal with the cause of EG.
Cores of EG, Sumail, we see now ED is going for that rush build that we've been seeing on the Gyro Cup quite a lot. That drums into straight BKB, fighting non-stop, making the space for his team.
Dire's top tower
EG, they have a very strong team fight.
Sanctioning
Gyro, Earth Spirit, Undying, these 4 fighting very easily. Still have decent team fight, but it's not nearly as strong.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Shadow Demon line. You look at the supports, right? Shadow Demon line compared to Earth Spirit Undying. Earth Spirit Undying provide much more.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Go about to pick up. This map pressure. Trying to get this bottom
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Space. Midas though. You know, to get one of these creeps dragged towards him. Roger will get the aggro, bringing over for efficiency.
Yeah, he wants to keep his levels up. Team players actually reducing their efficiency. Back to the enemy jungle. He is spotted by some wards.
The clash here towards the river.
Blink S4, he wants to go in. He's done the...
He was open for an opportunity. They do still find Ramses left alone. I did the job.
Okay.
Did the job.
Don't need the epi. They had vision of him there during that smoke. to get that cooking done. And that's the beauty about having such an early blink here on S4. They have the follow-up as well with crit whenever he is near the area with that.
Kind of awkward there for VP, but they were in the area and then they sort of bailed and Ramsey sort of stays on that bottom area of the map on his own. Towards Fly, they do find him on the high ground. The rest of EG, some of them are coming over. It's just there's two supports poking around Roger. He's got the 6, but S4 jumps in, blinks in with the stun. They have to use the Stampede here to save 2 supports. And we'll save them. We'll get them back to safety. Time up top. Now RTZ alone. He has got Song. Is he going to get the chance to pop it off? That's the question. He gets it off. Song's there. Mana is just about to be back up for the TP, and he will make it away.
That was...
No, it won't.
Oh.
He what?
Wait, what?
He what?
He cancelled.
No. Hey? Why?
That was a misclick. That's it.
What?
It was just a misclick.
Oh.
And Pasha knows.
Oh no.
Can he catch him?
He'll be able to walk back, but
what a waste of time.
Yeah.
That was a little scary.
Got to be careful with those misclicks. Yeah. I guess it's still early morning.
Keep busting out there early morning.
It's the only reason, right? Here I am. Oh, no, now he's low.
Oh, is he gonna get him?
Oh no!
Oh, they get him anyway.
Oh no! RTZ.
Oh man, what a mistake coming
Oh,
out.
he uses the sleep and he's still asleep. He cancels his own TP. And he's dead for it.
And VP know he's going to be greedy as well. Instead of him going back, they're like, he's going to go shrine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, no, I can't afford to make mistakes like that. This is TI, ladies and gentlemen.
That's very costly. He's dead for a pretty long time. And it gives Ramses that time to
Radiant's top tower
maybe get closer toward that Radiance. He's pretty much got the Relic actually finished up. Sumel will continue to lead board in that net worth. But yeah, definitely a big hiccup there for EG as VP took advantage of it.
Should be able to have a catch onto Roger here. Jump ball from S4, blocks him off. Get Roger.
Top tower.
Gotta watch out for those mistakes. Manta is done. I just said no one's farm. He's high up. Bloodstone.
Yeah, he's trying to take up. Tanky build. Lots of damage coming out, and lots of damage and control coming from out from each. He's not actually wanting to go for that BKB. We saw Sumel. He committed for the second in BKB when he was playing versus a little bit more greedy. As it is go time for EG. The BKB finished on Sumel. They're definitely looking to assert their dominance here. Have some control in the enemy field. We'll be the one to walk up and see solo.
Go in.
There's all of VP here.
Here too. He just got the magnetize out on all of them. That has been a setup for Sumel to move in with the flag. Stampede's pop though. VP are out of there.
And S4 whiffs the stun.
They don't kill anyone. VP will keep everybody alive with that Stampede play, and that's a BKB charge down and a dead crit.
Expecting that movement, it seemed there.
Is under attack.
Perfectly.
As you saw in the DotA Plus, this game it is close. EG
absolutely.
cannot afford to make these sort of mistakes. It's going to buy time for Ramses to get these key items on. Radiance is pretty much done.
He's top net worth. Yeah, he's got it after.
And with that, he can absolutely turn up and start to cause a lot of issues for EG's heroes. In with the Rage and the Radiance, he'll burn them down.
Yep, he even just infests the big, one of the Ancients there, and Arcane Rune as well for no one. Ramses also in a very good spot this time now. Do actually have with that not hit that last game. Said Lion, a natural one, and this Lifestealer. Maybe not the most traditional.
It's not bad timing at all for Ramses. This game 2 is certainly looking to have a much better outlook for VP than game 1 did. Get this one close game on our hands.
It looks like it's just going to be a tanky build as well for Pasha, as he has he already has somebody else who can initiate for him. He's just going to be going for the Crimson Pipe. Crimson Guard, especially good versus that Gyrocopter, and then the Pipe, of course. Just tank up for the team. Auras that EG won't have. That's the one thing about EG's draft, is they don't really build those. It's going to have to be Crit who ends up going back to those, as I see Crit use. But that's going to be a lot slower in comparison. Bit of a farm slowdown here. VP controlling their jungle.
He's so close to the refusal, so for him to try and find action before that. A lot of items coming up very soon on EG's heroes. They're good to play the farm game. Ramses is more than happy to make the magic happen with the Radiance as he goes camp to camp.
Yeah, they're all quickly getting a decent amount of farm here on VP. Still all kind of stick together on Pasha too. As I said, curing their jungle farm, still all grouped up together. Got Finger up in about 10 seconds. And no, Roger also is about to have a glitter.
Radiant
He will have his own way to kind of
echolocation. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
side of the map, same thing.
He might be more happy to look fight that.
Radiant's
RTZ.
faces a stiff wind.
Diffusal RTZ, BKB Gyro. Definitely going to try to set up for something. Set up on the high ground already, Solo.
Same angle that they came from earlier.
Solo's got backup.
Jump in there, but to kill Solo quick enough, and they will find him. Just been popped, so they want to go for more. Back on the back line, no one around. They're in Sim straight away. Fly now, they turn towards him. Buyback comes out from Fly. Now PG's VP want to try and chase for more. On the side, RTZ finds to catch on to Roger. RTZ with the illusions out, trying to keep the fight going. Their favorite Crit gets one more rollout, but they surround RTZ. They're on top of the Nagasara. He's healed by the Soul Red, but it's not enough. RTZ, he's going to get taken down. Burst down, but it's in with the Burrow Epi. It's not enough though. No one still has about to zip up to the high ground, and Ramses, he's just cleaning up. It's a triple kill for the Lifestealer, and Ramses, he's not done yet. He's going to be able to chase down Fly, opens wounds, back up in a second. He's also still got the range to play with, so he'll move in, chase down Fly. Ramses, he's surely going to find his Fly's trying his best to juke the Jukes. He juked the Juke Fly. Okay, Fly will live. He juked him. Fly will get out.
The Quelling Blade cuts the tree, cuts up left.
But still a big fight for VP, and especially for Ramses. A triple kill on the Lifestealer. EG look to force a fight. Ends up a bit of a nightmare as Ramses is pushed further and further ahead in this game. He's got 3k gold after that fight.
Look at that damage. 6,800 damage almost in those 54 seconds.
This early on in the game as well, 21 minutes. Yeah, it's the power of the Radiance Lifestealer.
And it's straight up 50-50. He's doing the magical as well as the physical. They get the perfect jump. They get Fly before he's able to get a single spell off. Fly has to buy back and kind of run into the fight, but it's too far away from their base.
And like S4 is a great angle, but it was just a little bit too late, right? People had already started to die. Fine. Roger here. Ramses sort of just watching inside. Actually, will they find Roger? He's going to be able to Glimmer Cape and step out of there. There's 4 members of EG hunting for him. They will find him. We'll get Roger. In fact, it's the full 5 of EG moving around still as a team trying to make these kills happen. But Ramses, he's the real problem. They've only killed him once this game. Since that, the farm is just continuing. He's going to get that Manta done.
Yep. Much better ways, like we said. In the last game, they didn't have ways to deal with those Nagasara and illusions or anything. Now, as we've been seeing in those fights, they do have that magic damage with that Radiance burn as well as that Storm Spirit. No one who's
Bloodstone
doing it pretty good. Yeah, Bloodstone finished up level 17 as well.
And we'll see this fight again. So, obviously at the start, it's a very quick kill onto the support. Then after that, it sort of slows down for EG in these moves.
And Sumail already committed call down as well there.
And just the damage being done by Ramses. Sumail having to put the BKB get to the side. And then here, Ramses just burning through all of these heroes, all of the illusions. And S4, he finally is able to sort of get in, but it's all just a little too late. Sure, lands on the 3 of them, but no one's surviving, and Ramses just shredding through EG piece by piece.
Mid lane, Pasha steps up. He extremely far up here trying to go for the tower, it looks like, with all of EG's position, and that's a free kill onto Pasha. Yeah, in that last fight though, the thing about EG is they have to make sure they have the call down too, right? Like Sumail, he had already popped the call down the BKB. He didn't actually have his full weight to get into the fight to do damage there. But now EG with that pickup.
There they go for Roche. And Pasha's had a few of these deaths this game that have been a little uncharacteristic for Pasha.
It's incredibly far pushed up in particular, right? Even bottom when he got picked up, he was super far up.
You expect those sort of deaths on solo, but you know, going out as a support, but as your offlaner, just sure he's a centaur, he feels strong and tanky, but you cannot underestimate the damage and control that EG have. They will kill you. But now EG will be forced to back out away from the pit. They know that VP is setting up around, and it's up very soon. No one.
Ooh, another arcane rune. He had one in the last fight. Now he's got another one, and he is level 18 too. So these infest plays, they're definitely going to be pretty threatening for EG.
Yeah, positioning has to be absolutely perfect from EG. Otherwise, every single fight, you're going to lose one of the supports at the start. That zip combo.
I think RTZ needed. I know last game he had it queued up and he went for the butterfly. I think that's because they started cruising. I think in this one, when you're playing versus combo, you're going to have to.
Radiant's middle tower just
A lot of magic going to be coming in.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
They've got available. They're feeling great. Level 18 Storm, level 19 Lifesteal, like we were saying. Arcane Rune available.
I mean, I think the Ramsey's Lifesteal, like, they have to chain stun him.
Saw them walking down.
The Rage and the Manta, he's just going to feel invincible in these fights.
He's about to be level 20 as well, so he's about to have that 20% evasion talent. Bounty runes.
Stupendous!
We have 3 of those. Roger, he's on cleanup duty. I mean, I can imagine he's gotten so many illusions in this game already. Like, look at his gold, right? He's got the Glimmer Cape and everything, but he's got a lot of money for being only 2 and 4. And there's the BKB stuff for it. A way to actually protect himself first.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Not your most normal build, of course, you see on the Naga turn, but definitely in it.
Let the fun begin. Where's the party? Zap.
Healthy, half mana pool. Fully healthy. They're pinging him out. They see have vision. They want to actually try to go for no one here.
They're going to make the jump. And they've got the chain control. Glimmer Cape's going to be there. Roger offering the stun up to him. And now BP, they're going to go charging straight in with the Stampede. The cooldown comes out. They've lost no one. The fingers there onto S4. They burst down S4. Panther and Ramsey surrounded. Ramsey jumps in, jumps out. Arteezy, BKB and Sock. He's going to assess the situation. They want to get out of there. Crit slow. The rest of EG will back off. It is a buyback from no one. They want to make sure that he finds nothing with it. So they'll disengage EG.
S4 and no one both buy back actually inside of that fight. But yeah, EG having to disengage there soon. It kept the Arcane Rune. He did get gone on instantly, get chain disabled, so still look to fight here.
They absolutely can. They know that they can sort of try and pull something out of EG.
Yeah.
No one waiting on the wings, ready to zip in on a potential target.
Arteezy did commit the BKB, but Sumail was able to actually save his side of that fight. He does still have that available for them. No magnetize. Farming enemy jungle.
Able to scout around with those Manta illusions from Ramsey, so they know that EG's up there.
Loving the Manta build, of course. Playing versus Earth Spirit, you know, the silent, or just removing the silence, even removing the net. Very good item to build.
Tower is under attack.
This game in particular.
Really not the fight that no one would have wanted.
No.
As soon as he gets that Bloodstone, does immediately lose charges upon it.
At least you don't lose half, you only lose 3, so it's not like super devastating, but yeah.
It's never the way you want. Never the way you want to go.
Yeah.
Aghanim's done for Sumail.
Radiant's
He's got
bottom
the Maelstrom too, so he's damaged. He's gonna be dishing out quite a lot in the fights too, so he can't be ignored. But he is hard to bring down if they don't get the instant lockdown. If these heroes get their BKBs up on AG, they're gonna be tough to die. They don't really have the best physical damage, or Lifestealer does, but him sticking on target still can be hard, even though moving talent plus that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Roshan. Ignored by both of the teams now. They both know that area of the map, it's hard for them to fight it. On one side you've got the threat of EG resetting the fight with Arteezy's song. And you have a VP very able to get away with the Stampede.
Yeah, neither team in particular I would say kills it amazing. EG now they're starting to kill it really well because they at least have the Riptide minus armor and Gyro starts having items, but you look at VPs and it's okay. It's not like those like super roach killing lineups or anything.
Right, so it would take them a bit of time.
Yeah, they don't have I don't believe they have a medallion or anyone building a solar crest either on the side of VP.
The closest thing to it is Ramsey's trying to get the AC online next.
It's actually pretty shocking. I think most of the time I see most teams like it's like medallion is already picked up like super early on. Nobody actually having the medallion at all in this game.
And more of you.
Yeah, no one having a medallion at all. Building into it.
Especially one here on the side like EG, solar crested gyro. That does work.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine.
Build it for you. Build it for.
You'd have to imagine eventually, but Crit was prioritizing going for like he wants the mech first. He wants to be able to negate some of that. But maybe you'll see like if Fly has a decent time, he'll buy the medallion. He's already sitting at 1,000 gold on the medallion. Maybe. You have bounties coming up in about 45 seconds. EG early on is no one. He's spotted.
S4's in, straight away with the leader. And they changed on him out. He's near the try. Stampy's popped. He's going to be able to get out of there. That's the BKB used for Sumail. As VP will be able to get no one out. BKB charge down on the Jara. To base, no one goes. Heal up, and again, EG, they were trying to find that fight that could maybe have set them up for Roche, but without fighting any kills, it's not going to be the case.
Still so important that he's just getting just the Glimmer Cape there, right? That extra magic resistance that's coming into play just because Roger's in the right position is really helping out so much. He probably would die if Roger's not there. I would say he most definitely would die if Roger was not.
Death tax.
Kasha continuing to tank build, like we said, guard into that pipe, so that's a lot of damage that's going to be negated out of the side of EG.
And EG is, they are going to still head into the pit. I'm going to say with the Naga Siren and the Riptide, they do it quickly. And VP, they don't expect this. There's no one around to check this one out, so EG's going to get away with the Aegis.
Very quickly brought down at this point now, and they start picking up all these items. Right, no one is starting to fall behind in the net worth as Crit looks like he's actually going to try to set up for a solo kill here on to Solo. We will have it. More ticks. A lot of gold comes his way and also refreshes his earn charts.
S4. Assuming he's set up for more, but 4-star on Roger will back to safety. The rest of EG not quite there to back him up. So EG holding on to that 2k lead, but EG, they can look for those objective plays with Sumail having his Aegis ready to go.
Yeah, they have that 2k, that like 3k lead actually, but it's more evenly displaced, right? It's, you see Roger, how rich he is. I have to say, like, it has to be a lot of saying it, but he's very rich, but you look at no one. He is 5,000 behind the other two big cores of EG right now.
Yeah, so he's slipping behind. He got the Bloodstone at a decent time, but they've just not really been able to get any plays going with him. A lot of the
he gets
time,
jumped on every time.
Yeah, he has to just use all his mana to bull right out. He cannot seem to find a situation where he can play offensively.
They've got good ways to save him though, like we saw. Roger, with that Glimmer Cape, with that 4-step, he's making sure that he's just protecting no one, or at least trying to protect him in the fights. And no one will be, of course, going back for that BKB. Really desperately needs
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Dire's middle tower is
Butterfly
under
done
pressure.
for RT.
Well, Butterfly for Artesia and Sumail also approaching that Daedalus. Really scary item once you have Gyrocopter one.
BKB now, no one, so now we could potentially see him get in and get away with at least being able to get some damage output.
He's been making sure to carry dusts on the Storm Spirit too. He's been buying them himself to ensure that he can actually stick on, in particular, that Sanking. They really want to just bring down S4 inside of the fights.
Dire's
Oh, S4. Good indeed. He's got the setup onto Solo. Solo will start to back on. TP's out, coming in. A homing missile heading Solo's way. Sumail will get the kill, but then counterplay. The move in the base will be popped by Crit, but it won't save them. As Fly and S4 get destroyed by VP, and now no one's hunting for more into the trees. He's got eyes on Crit. Crit will be able to roll away. Artesia pops the saw. See what the plan is here. It is going to be just getting out. TP out will save him. This time he won't cancel it. The VP quick reactions to make sure that they get those 2 kills. They punish EG for diving pretty aggressively for that attempt on Solo.
Yeah, they're able to actually isolate both of them there, and the Soul Catcher, you see it just chunking both of them down heavily.
It's a deep dive.
Bit too far forward there.
And Roger just hits what, perfect sort of 2-man stun, I believe. Oh no, just the one.
But it's enough.
And with Ramses being able to turn up the damage, just instantly gets done.
Yeah, not a place they want to fight. Losing their Sanking, one of their big team fighters, and losing the Undying with that.
Ramses' farm continues to climb and continues to keep him at the top with the AC. I would say it's just all coming together for Lifestealer.
Yeah, AC, and then he picks up the Maelstrom just now, so he's trying to, make sure that he can match up versus that Naga Siren.
Oh yeah, once he has the complete Mjolnir.
Probably Mjolnir, MKB is the last two. Maybe a little squishy. Maybe we'll see the Barry. Maybe he doesn't actually want there, and probably going to be built up on the Gyrocopter. Very well done, man. No one is able to recover a couple of them. G, smoking out themselves here. Big timing. Big item picked up just,
to find a on Roger. Be caught.
So they're still trying to play around that 1 minute whether you have the Aegis. Sumail running over immediately to that mid lane, seeing if he can get any type of more advantage there. Also, Bounty when it's coming up about 30 seconds, trying to assert their dominance and get that map control. Bounties.
Right back into the base. Start to poke at the high ground. They are teammate down for 30 seconds. Sumail.
40 seconds for Aegis as well.
Flipping in a zip out with the Infest. They do clear the creep wave.
Now back up. Try to collect more bounties. No one is not gonna do there. It's bottom. It's already setting up. He saw this. He's gonna be able to catch him. They're trying. No one. They know that he uses
hard
TP.
air
They're
attempt.
hunting.
Stun.
Silence. With the BKB, the next stun. He's trying to hold on to the BK. He has a lot of mana to zip away.
Over here now.
All the way.
All the way back to the base with that blood stun.
Vision. It's Aegis. Flame. EG. Shrink the lead a little.
What would you imagine Sumail's next time is? We'll go for the Daedalus. He's already got a lot of early.
Yeah,
okay. The drums out, get Satanic in.
It's just so nice because if you're stunned, you're going to be left feeling so much, especially with Daedalus. Daedalus makes it so you get one of those little side gunners, it crits, and you're going to be healed so much. Even if you don't pop the Satanic, you're healing a lot during it. And also, status resist versus those, he doesn't get the beat. It's definitely the best stuff.
Usually with more of those auras getting leveled up, we've got the full Greaves now for crit, and Fly has the completed pipe. And Ramsey's, there it is. Pull me on.
Oh, I was like, Fly has a pipe. S4
Fly,
has
sorry,
a pipe.
S4.
I was like, Fly's rich!
S4 has a pipe. Fly, what does Fly have?
I think he's probably going to buy the
He's
medallion.
you'd think,
Medallion,
right?
Glimmer, or Force Staff. He's going to get one of them whenever he is able to survive inside of a fight, but very unlikely that he... Poor Undying. Not even having a GPM talent or anything.
Dire are scanning for enemy.
Downwell hit from VP. They know that EG's on the high ground.
Ramsey's level 25 now. That rage duration.
Yeah,
also Mjolnir finished up.
He's terrified. They have to somehow deal with the lifesteal at the start of the fight. Otherwise, he's just going to clean them up.
Dire's top
Nullifier also on our team.
Jump, not to solo. Roll forward. Ramsey is turning around. Is able to take down S4. Now move over more. He's able to get onto Sumail, but BKB's a pop by Sumail and Arteezy. VP disengaged with the Stampede. Roll over to Pasha. Crit locks him down. They'll move Arteezy on top of him. They'll use the Nullifier, but they have to be careful with the BKBs running out on Arteezy and Sumail. They're starting to back off, but the stun set up into the pool from no one. They've locked down Arteezy. Arteezy, he's going to get the solo off, but it doesn't matter. The rage was out from Ramses, and it'll bite him down anyway. As this lifestealer is an absolute nightmare. The illusions for Roger are as well, as Arteezy will actually pick up the Lion kill with the Nagasar illusions. But Ramses, he's terrified. They cannot kill this lifestealer. He is a huge issue every time we're seeing these jumps from EG. They always get Roger or Solo at the start of the fight, but there's always more than enough time for Ramsey to just pop the rage, turn towards these targets. S4's jumping in, he's dying immediately
He
to
literally
this lifestealer.
almost instantly, well not instantly, but he dies within a few seconds inside of those fights every single time he does go forward. And more Bloodstone charges stacked up for VP. The fight's definitely looking difficult. Sumail is still packing so much damage inside of the fights, but he's getting kited. Like you said, those BKBs, they're getting low. It's 6 seconds on Sumail. While Lifestealer doesn't have to worry about that ever. He's got that 8-second rage.
How do you deal with the lifestealer? What is the best sort of play for EG? Do they have to sort of sit back and wait until VP make a positioning mistake, have Ramses on the front so they can get the jump on him? I mean, even then, that's hard, right? There is the Stampede, there's the Disruption. There are ways that VP can protect this lifestealer, and they have been doing so. Ramses has been able to have free reign in every single team fight.
I think it's the same thing that we see VP doing. Gotta get the backlines. The backlines are still really important.
They always get one of the supports, but
they have to get the. They have to try to
they got to get multiple heroes.
They have to get multiple. Yeah.
You got to get with these S4 jumps on one. They're not enough now, right? He needs to get sort of 2-man burrow strikes.
Maybe some like simultaneous initiations they have to try to get off here. Like Crit goes on one target as S4 goes on the other ones. Because even the little saves coming into play, just the 4 stabs coming in from Roger.
Yeah,
Roger's putting a lot of work in.
Yeah, they are. They're playing these fights perfectly, VP. And pretty much all of these fights are fights that EG come looking for. Not fights that VP's having to take themselves. They're getting brought to them. And Ramses is just getting bigger and bigger. 4K gold on top of his already very much stacked inventory.
just really tanky, right? The cores on the side of VP are really hard to bring down. No one, he's a little bit squishy, but you look at Pasha as well as Ramsey. Like, how do you focus fire these guys? Ramsey's sitting at 37 armor, plus if you don't kill him, he's just gonna get the rage off. Pasha, 2,900 with that 27 armor, and even a Lotus Sword. Very hard to get any type of pick off on these two heroes. Basically going for those backlines is the better options. In particular, Solo doesn't have a save. He just has an 8th wall. If they can kill Solo right away, it's gonna be a lot easier for them to... Bounty runes coming up in about 10 seconds. Also double power runes. So map control be ever so important now. See what these, I mean, a DD rune out of Gyrocopter, an arcane rune spirit could... Is an arcane rune top?
Death tax. Illusion.
Clear out some of the camps of EG's jungle, or the EG's just keep that bottom lane shoved all the way out.
Now he's sitting at 3,400 HP, of course, as we see they're taking that tar. Yeah. Very tanky. Focus fire. Sumail still definitely can do so with this. You get Sumail's next item. Kinda neat versus that lifestealer. Not your normal, but he's queued up an Abyssal Blade. Some way to just lock down piercing that BKB. Besides that, they have nothing in their drive to pierce the BKB or the raged lifestealer.
No, yeah, they have nothing to kill the raged lifestealer off the jar. You see in these fights, just get straight on top of Sumail. At least with that, yeah, way that Sumail can step away, wasting time with that magic community.
Also now hitting level 20, so his items also will start to develop more and more on that Earth Spirit. 150 GPM. Scaling of all these support heroes.
Decisions seemingly to still be made by Rams. He's got 7k gold as he ponders on what he wants to pick up for himself next. I mean, as you mentioned earlier, what the MKB or...
MKB has its arguments, of course, versus the Naga
for himself.
Stick on him,
does
or
he want
does he want to
Abyssal?
just tank up? That's the other thing I'm thinking. Does he want to just tank up with either a Heart or an Abyssal? Abyssal has a little bit of a double benefit, of course, but we've also seen a lot of players grabbing that Heart because of the way, we know, the interaction with Feast and with Open does work now. You know, it'll make him ridiculously tankier because he's only 2,200 HP. Sure, he has a lot of armor, but
that raw HP was too bad at all.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, his sort of problem isn't dying. He's not.
That's right.
Maybe offensive lines would be nicer. We're going to see EG try and poke for a fight. Cooldown has been used, and Crit, he's going to be the focus. Roger's got the lockdown. No one's in with the zip with the finger. That's one kill. Ramsey's ready to move on to the next. Roger gets the hex up, they're heading straight in. No one slips in with the BKB. Sumail pods the BKB himself. Turns around with a black. VP back up to the high ground. They're trying to chase down Roger. Stampede used. Roger's able to just run away. They're chasing the support, and that's going to leave S4 vulnerable on the back line. VP, they'll just start to clean them up once again. It's a triple kill for Ramses as that Roger, that sexy line just debates the whole of EG.
No one's out of mana.
He's on top of him, so that will be able to offer a disruption. He's not safe for a little bit. S4 brings him with the burst strike on 3 rounds. He's pops the rage. He's ready to turn. He's life stealing up, but there's a lot of EG surrounding him. The sun's out up to 2. Ramses is back up to full HP. Artis is dead. It's a double kill for Ramses. S4 tries to get away, but the haste is there. EG, they bought back for this. They bought back for this. VP did as well, but VP are the ones to come out well and truly on top.
Ramsey's just proving to be absolutely immortal inside of the fight.
They cannot kill him.
10,000 gold. He buys the full MKB. He's decided which one he wanted.
And how many buybacks was that? It was 4 buybacks from EG. It was 2 as well from VP. 5, sorry. There's too many. It doesn't even show them all on the left. A full 5-man buyback from EG, and they still lose the fight miserably.
Oh my, 13,000 damage. Oh my god. Just held his ground. Like you said, Gyrocopter, Sumail, he started chasing the support. Him and I believe Arteezy both were
they all chased Roger.
Yeah, they both were chasing
like,
Roger.
oh, hello.
Ramses held his ground.
Chasing Roger's lion.
Boy, now no S4, 45 seconds. Now a full... Oh, he actually changed it to full Bloodthorn instead on the Lifestealer. The bigger item.
EG, they're around the pit. Of course, the dieback from S4 means no Sanking for this Roshan attempt as VP.
No one. Also now, level 25, regen rune acquired.
RTZ's got the song. But Ramsey's can rage at the last moment to make sure that he finishes it off. As they're not even going to try and get him. It's too late. VP are able to take the Roche, get the Aegis. And that lead just continues to skyrocket for VP. As
I mean, look at the swing. That fight there was a 10,000.
That was one of the most costly fights I've seen a team take. 5-man buyback, and the fight's still lost.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This Lifestealer is far too powerful at this point in the game. 12-1-5. Ramsey's having an immaculate performance.
That was a full axe for Roger. He's rewarded for his efforts in that last fight, just distracting the whole of EG.
Sure. Now it'll be much easier for them to always identify which the real RTZ is if he doesn't have the BKB active.
Bursting down those illusions.
Clear him out immediately.
Straight up finger. Look at that manager in multi-target too, of course. And 4 bounty runes for VP. This game continuing to look tougher and tougher for EG to bring back.
Still having those 2 cores at the top of that network, but S4 really been struggling in this one. He's gotten so much attention focused on him into this game. 3, 8, and 12. Every single time he seems to jump in, he just gets killed immediately. Just instantly jumped on, forced to buy back, goes again, dies way too quickly. Doesn't have his own method of protecting himself. No force staff, only has that pipe as well as that veil. He this Aegis with this cheese. This fight.
It's such a scary fight for EG. All of their buybacks, of course, still unavailable for at least 4 minutes. They lose a hero or 2 now, it could just be game over.
Yeah, they're full committing. Everyone buy out your items. Everyone be prepared for this next upcoming fight. RTZ has the Bloodthorn as well as the Nullifier, so he's maxed out. The map control, hitting all these runes. Fourth. No one also in the last 2 fights, he was able to get himself an arcane rune as well as a regen rune. Very nice for him. Look at all. Now trapped in their base, just sending illusions out to farm and push out those waves. And there it is. A great game on Roger, honestly. Being in the right place at the right time.
He really has, yeah.
Getting those saves.
He's just
the couple saves that he had on no one were really significant, and then just him dancing around. Very rich as well. 13,500 net worth. Illusions.
Still 3 scary minutes for EG. As their map gets overrun, towers are taken.
Keeps the moon shard up onto that high ground. Lifestealer, so terrifying. Not having the BKB piercing disables. They have the Bastion not finished on Surveil, but that's just about it.
I could.
A very low chance, of course, too, until he gets that Abyssal. It's a 10% chance on the ranged heroes. Those Bastions, of course.
He's just very scared to take a fight whilst they're vulnerable like this.
How do you, right?
To just watch their tier 3 being taken down.
This Lifestealer is just so threatening. Focus firing almost at target here. Too hard unless it's just before it. They're pinging the backlines. They're pinging Roger.
Range racks. They're going to zip in. Onto Surveil. Got to be careful. They have the Nullifier control. Onto no one. No one's shoved back. Disruption as well to save him. Does still have the BKB in the Aegis. The range racks down. VP. No one to start eyeing up the melee creeps.
The lag? Yeah, they have a hard time ever committing forward whenever even if they use the Bloodthorn, they lose that Nullifier. There's the Lotus Orb, right? Pasha has that, so if he just sits in the back, he can always just keep purging it off of no one as well.
The damage being shown in this game, how much has been done, like the magical that this Lifestealer does with the Radiance is just ridiculous.
And the 2 big standouts, right, is like Gyrocopter and Ramsey's doing the big amounts of damage.
Yeah, you look at the physical being similar, but the fact is, a lot of that physical from Gyro is obviously split between the heroes, whereas with the Lifestealer, that physical is getting in the grip.
Oh, immediate jump on the unpause.
Straight out of the unpause. Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. Oh, straight in onto S4. As they'll sing.
I can't wait.
But that is going to be a song that means that now there's no song. And that melee cracks, that's going to be taken. As VP straight in after that
They can
unpause.
do more. There's 50
And they
seconds,
really
no
can.
saving.
There is a teammate down on EG.
How can they force this here? They're gonna have to try to do something here. Even man down. Maybe waiting to do it on the last interact, but they're starting to lose. They're gonna make the Ramses, but no one.
He's in. Got the pullback. Flying in trouble. Goes into the pop. They get the hex up there on top of RTZ. RTZ is dead without buyback for 2 minutes. As VP, they're ready to try and move for more. Somehow pops the BKB. Tries his best to push them back with the flag. Rick kicks out Ramses. Hold the battle now, but it's 100 seconds without the Naga Siren. S4's back in about 10.
They pass no on the cheese really quickly.
Creep waves have been taken out. There is the backdoor protection.
The next one's coming in any second down here. Jump forward, no.
He's got the grab, he's got the pull. That's another one dead without buyback. Silence and Hex is on to some other finger from Roger. Closes it up. There's 4 dead on EG. GG is called. And VP, they're back. They had a rough game. We consider up series yesterday. They had a rough game just now. But this game too, Ramses Lifestealer. It was a beautiful pick, as it turns out, as he just had an incredible game.
Yeah, Ramses Lifestealer, and also I want to point out a lot of for Roger too, because
Sure.
I think in a lot of the games that I saw from VP, he's been having a bit of a rough time. In this game, he seemed to be in the right position so many times. He saved no one at least 2 times in this game, and he got a